go from this to this to this, all in Affinity Photo just by using that. In Affinity Photo, open any image, then go to Layer and New Layer. You need to fill it with something, so go to Edit and Fill. You could use a gradient, you could use a variety of different other things, but I'm going to go with custom color of white. Click Apply. Then go to Filters and down to Colors and Procedural Texture. And you've got loads of presets. So go down to Presets and I'm going to go with Checkered. You should have that in basic shapes. So Checkered. Default W25, but I'm going to set it to 50. So just enter 50, click Apply. Then go to Layer and you can turn it into a mask by Rasterize to Mask. But to create all kinds of really interesting designs, you can also apply some blurs before you do that. So I've got this thing, Filters, Blur, and I'm going to go with Motion Blur in the first example. So Motion Blur, and I've got it to 41.8. Of course, you can vary the setting. I'm just creating this sort of like blurry white and black checker. Click Apply. Then go to Layer, and then down to Rasterize to Mask. And you can see the result of that to that image. You can then go to the mask in the Layers panel. You can find that in the Window menu or in the View menu Studio for version 1. And just drag it down onto that background. Now with that selected, the background, you can then go to Layer and Duplicate. So just duplicate it. Now the mask is exactly the same in both, but I don't want that. So I'm going to expand that out, click the mask, and then I can go to Layer and Invert. And now it looks like there's hardly any change to the image at all. You can see a few lines in it. But what you can also do is go to Background and you can go to Effects, click there, and then go to 3D. And you can see straight away, as soon as you change the radius, get a variety of different results just by changing that, maybe changing the direction. So you can just create that, maybe change the profile. So click there and you can get a variety of different designs that way. And then close. Then you go to this one, background here, then click Effects, and again 3D, I'm using exactly the same effect, change the radius, and you can of course create exactly the same design if you wish, but you can also change the direction. Also you can go with different profiles and you can tweak the profile, and you can see you can create a variety of different designs simply by modifying these settings and clicking Close. And that's just with that blur effect. With the checkerboard this time, I'm going to apply a different filter. So Filters, and go down to Blur, and you could use this one, Box Blur, but I'm going to go with Radial Blur. So Radial Blur, and you of course can change the setting. Now you can push it too far. If you go too far, it looks a bit like that. You might try and find it might work exactly right for you. But I'm just going to reduce it down a bit, make it about 3.3 so you can create some interesting designs. You can also change origin, so you might want to create something like that. But I want to keep it in the center, so leave it there and click Apply. Do exactly the same as before. So Layer, and you can go down to Rasterize to Mask. So it's again rasterized. You can go here to the Layers, drag that down, and again you've got that background, and you can duplicate it. So Layer and Duplicate. Now you can go to this one and click there, and you can invert it. So Mask, select that again, Layer, Invert. And again, it looks much the same. You can just see some variation. But what you can do, go to the background here and click Effects, again 3D. And this time change the radius, and you can see you get a slightly different effect. And again, you can change all these things like direction, maybe add in different light sources as well. Also change the profile. So click and change that. And once you're happy with that, click Close. And you can do the same. Go to this one. And again, go to the bottom here, Effects, and then go for 3D. Now you could also, another one that's quite good, Bevel and Emboss. That's another option. You can change the 3D here. Just increase that. And also again, you can change direction. And you can see as it combines in different ways. And again, change the profile, maybe different profiles, and you can see the result of that. So maybe click there, tweak that, and you can see, again, a different result, and so on. Again, with this checkerboard, what you can do, you can go to filters and down to blur, and this time I'm going to go with zoom blur. So zoom blur, and I'm going to go for 64. And you can see the sort of, again, you can change the origin point, but I want it in the center, but you can move it around, maybe slightly offset it. Don't have to have it exactly in the center. Click apply. Once you've done that, again, this can be converted into a mask. So layer, go to rasterize to mask, and you've got this result again. Now again, just go here to the mask, drag it down onto the background, and you can see now it's associated with that background. Select that, layer, and duplicate again. With that duplicate, now you can see some slight variation there. You've got some lines here. But what you can also do, again, expand it out, go to the mask, then go to a layer and invert. And you've got that. Well, once you've got that, you can again do exactly the same. You don't have to use the 3D, you could use other ones, but I'm just going to go for 3D in all examples. Effects, 3D, and again you can see slightly different result this time. Again, change the radius, increase it, you don't have to have it max. You could keep it low for one, high for another one. Increase it, and again change the direction. Maybe go with that, and you can see that result. Click profile, maybe change that one, and you can see by different profiles, you can tweak the profile there as well. You can create that sort of result and click close. Go to this one, again, effects and 3D, and you can increase the radius, and that's applied obviously to the other one. And now just maybe change direction again, and you can see you can create that sort of result. And again, let's just move that out of the way so you can see it. There it is. And also profile. So just change that, tweak that, and again, you've got that sort of result very quickly just by using this mask to create that sort of design. Now, what you can also do, once you're happy with everything, you're happy with the design, so like a bit like the Extrude in Photoshop, Extrude filter. You can, of course, combine all these, just go to layer, and you can merge visible to merge it all into a single pixel layer and then work from that. But you can, of course, use other ones as well. So it's filters, blur, and try with fill blur, lens blur, zoom blur, just obviously tried, maximum blur. All of them will have their own unique result when it comes to this 3D extrude-like effect. Hope you found this tutorial of interest. Any questions, please let me know in the comments below. Always great to hear from you. Also, a like or dislike, always appreciated. Thank you much.